Alright, back out in the garage, working on the 445 dash panel again. I got, going back, you can see I got all the wiring kind of done. I still have to go back and heat shrink all the fittings. I sprung for the more expensive heat shrink fittings. But everything hooked up. And just for fun. I think it shows up on camera. Lights. I'm not sure why I got, looks like 3 different intensities, but whatever. And then also I got the ignition switch hooked up. So get down there on that post right there. Hello. Oh wait, put the meter on voltage, not continuity, dummy. So we got like 12 something volts there. Pop the switch off. Ah, daggone it. Hook the there we go, back to that. Alright, so the switch is off. No volts. Switch on. 12 volts. So this thing should be pretty well. Go and shut my power supply off before I light things up. Next thing to do is take all this off, and I found a Scotch-Brite wheel. It's a little rougher than I'd like, but I'm gonna try and give the face of that a nice even look. We'll heat shrink all the connections and all the wiring. But all this just pops right off. Well, pops off. The lights going to the gauges pop off. I got screws to take out on the switch down there, but nothing serious. Take all the wiring off. Shrink all the insulation on those. Buff up the face of this thing, and then we'll put it all back in and actually tighten all the gauges in, tighten down all the wires nice and tight. And then when we get at the farm, the only thing we'll need to do is my temporary wire here. This will be the wire that goes down to the actually hooks down the starter, where the battery hooks to the starter. But yeah, mostly fairly clean, not so hard to follow wiring. This is kind of some of the area I buffed with that Scotch-Brite. I'm not sure. We'll see how it turns out. I may see if I can find a more gentler grit tomorrow. Make run to Menards or local hardware store or something, see if I can get it. It's kind of hoping I had one that was worn out. But maybe I'll buff the backside and wear that one out, and then we'll do the front side. I don't know. Anyway, that's where we're at. So we got the power coming in from the battery that goes up here to the amp gauge. Coming off the amp gauge, we got one going to the light switch with power going to the lights on the gauges, and then also coming off, we got power coming up here, the ignition switch. So yeah, we'll hook up a wire from here to the distributor, from here to the alternator, and then if I decide to hook up actual headlights, we'll put another light here on this or another wire here on this terminal. And I've got enough of these heat shrink eyes. That's not a problem. So anyway, over here, I don't know if I talked about this. I got some pitting and stuff going on. I don't know. That might get Dakota Ultra Gray or some kind of high temp RTV when we put that back together. The elbow itself, even though it's got some pitting, is not horrendous. I may see if I can dig out my belt sander, my benchtop belt sander, and buzz that real light just to clean that up. I did get the seal in the pump. I talked about that. So coming together. I need to decide if I'm going to go with straight pipe or muffler or what I'm going to do. Part of me thinks I'll have to come up with some kind of a muffler on this thing, but I don't know how far above the hood. I don't know how much pipe I need on the, I don't know. We'll get it all back together and down to the tractor before we worry about that. So anyway, yeah, 445 gauge panel. I'll be back.